Streaming is up.
There it
There we
goes.
go.
Hey,
Excellent.
Ster, how much snow did you get?
Actually not that much, but we got a ton of sleet and
Ew.
everything is frozen like a popsicle.
Oh,
Everything.
yeah.
All the
Everything is
trees and
frozen?
roads and
Oh,
cars are in ditches and stuff. It's a mess.
So
wow.
yesterday, our temperature got up to 65, right? And then we plummeted. And it started out, really windy. And then we had the tornado watch. And then we had a few storms pass through. One ended up turning tornadic just after it went past us. And I'm like, oh, we missed that. And then we had a winter weather advisory. Then we had a flood warning. And then all of a sudden, it seemed calm this morning. We woke up. I'm like, where's our snow? So we decided we're going to try to go for a walk. And I was like, oh, it's 34 out. Russell's like, it's not really doing anything. I was like, all right, well, let's go get our walk in. We stepped outside and it was like this cold mist that was blowing everywhere. And I'm like, well, let's keep going. And we decided to come back early and we're touching stuff that we're walking by. And I'm like, oh, this isn't a water drip. This is ice. And I'm like, okay. So there was ice starting to accumulate. I'm like, but it's not doing anything. Apparently the fog was freezing to everything. And then, I checked the temperature, it was slowly dropping, and then it started to sleet. And it was sleeting so loud, it sounded like frying something on the stove. And I'm like, okay. I don't think it ever really snowed, but there was so much sleet in the grass, it looked like snow. It was crazy.
Wow. That does not sound like fun.
No, thank goodness we don't have to go anywhere.
Pretty much ditto everything she said except the 65 degrees. It's been freaking cold.
Wow. And here I am sitting over in 35 degrees Celsius. So,
I'll take that.
Yeah. Oh, Chris.
Be sure to set your
thank
status
you, Chris.
to do not disturb.
Do not disturb, yes, please. Chris, you, thank you. 17 months.
You,
crazy woman. Love you. Mwah. Yes, she's awesome. Yeah, we're sitting, it's raining today, but it's like hot rain. So it's not cooling things down at the moment.
You guys down under have been making the news globally. I mean, every night on our nightly news, it talks about all the bad things happening over there with the wildfires and the animals and the response and people showing up to help. And it's crazy over there, huh?
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's probably like I've got fires both sides of me. Obviously, they're far enough away that it's not having a massive impact. It's probably Eexecute. Are they closer to you, having a bigger impact for you?
They haven't really come closer than the Blue Mountains, which is like an hour's drive from here.
Okay. Yeah, so
that's good. At least you guys have been okay and you haven't really had to been thinking about evacuating or anything.
Yeah, no, so far so good. But down south, like Victoria and South Australia,
I've seen some of the pictures out of there.
Pretty crazy.
Oh, that was scary.
It is. It is. Chat room. While I have you, let me check let's check sound. Everyone can hear us. I'm assuming everyone can hear us. So I want to check one of these. So here we go.
Better than this.
Can we hear that? I've got that. And we have got... I'm just going to... Actually, no. We will do that. Volume is okay. Alright. Okay. Taco says that you're low. Eexecute. Can you jack yours up just a little bit, or do you want me to?
You do it.
Okay. Because
that was good.
You sound fine to me. Exactly. You sound fine to me, but that's okay. I'll put that up. All right. We'll do that a little bit. Okay. All right. I think it's time, guys. Oh, are we ready? I think we are. All right.
I think so.
All right, let's do this. So I'm doing a little bit different because we're all sitting in the chat room. So let's do this. All right, here we go in 5.
Iron Man. Bloodthirsty. Pacifist. You're listening to the WoW Challenges podcast, the home of the Iron Man Challenge.
Hello and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast. This is episode 198. My lordy. Today is Saturday, January 11th, 2020. I'm still not used to saying that. I am your host, Leeta, and joining me this week is my co-host, Nisey. Hey, Nisey, how are you?
Hello, I'm okay. Thanks for inviting me along this week.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm here. I have coffee. May not be my 5th coffee today. But yeah, just saying.
Who keeps track?
Who counts? It makes no difference. But we have got a super-sized, mega, massive episode.
We do.
Apparently. So, we have got not only one guest, we have got 3 guests this week, and I am super excited to talk to all 3 because 1, they're all amazing, and 2, they all said yes, and 3, they're all here. So we have got Eexecute, Ster, and Winema. Thanks, guys. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Sup?
Thank you for coming and having a chat to us. A particular reason that I've got them all, which we will get into very shortly, but we had a little contest at the end of last year to finish off the year for the WoW Challenges. It was a working man contest, and I have to say, again, thank you to everyone who participated. And we have got not only the winner, we have got the person who came in second, we've got the person who gave the second place person a run for their money, and the person who did come third, Lucy Lynn, I had asked, and she unfortunately couldn't make today, so but hopefully we will get her on in the future, which will be awesome. So again, thanks, guys, for coming and having a chat. So tell us, because I have spoken to all 3 of you at some point in the last, I would say, the last 12 months, maybe a bit longer. So what have you been up to since we last spoke? So Eexecute, how about you go first? What have you been doing?
Well, since I was last on the show, it's come to my attention that I've apparently become an undead.
Yes.
I also, sorry, Ster, I don't talk to non-undeads. I also capped a working man and won a contest in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And more recently, I actually made a 10. I made a 10 because I was more curious to see, like, how much of a difference. I know that greens make a difference in terms of your combat ability and power. I was curious to see how much of a difference just having talents would make. The difference is pretty negligible early on, but once you start getting more and more talents, I'd call it like halfway between having like a green weapon and just being a straight iron.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I've been up to for the since the last time I was on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, and we'll delve into that in a bit. Ster, how about you?
Well, somebody started the undead rumor of player number 1. I was trying to do some mind games to get him killed, but it didn't work. I'm just trying to set the record straight. Yeah, my voodoo. But I learned it from Taco. She's really good at throwing voodoo. So anyway.
Wow.
Anyway,
shots fired everywhere. Wow. Show title.
We're just seeing if she's paying attention. Love. So, now that the holidays are over, I'm just back to the druid. and I would like to get a druid to 120, and she hit 94 this morning, and
Nice.
Hey, that's about it, and just trying to recover from the fact that the holidays, like the 15th anniversary and killing the Grinch, is over, because man, that was such great XP, and it's like, what do you wait? In fact, I was complaining to Ash online. I was going, wait, I got to work. Yeah, I mean, I gotta actually quest to make points. This isn't fair. So
Yeah,
that's it.
easy XP's gone. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it sure is.
Exactly. All right.
Much sadness.
It is. I know. Winema, how about you?
Oh, well, I have been concentrating mostly on greens. I'm completely obsessed with shamans. I'm in love with them.
Nice.
And I really want to get one to top level. And after I talked to you, actually, I was just looking at, I never said my list of deaths, but I've killed 10 toons, and the average level is almost 85. So.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
And the last one was on the 31st of December. We killed our team at a high level team we had at 87, and on the 1st of January I killed a 91 greenie also.
Oh no!
Ow.
Oh, man.
So
Wow.
what a way to start the year. And that's just after I equipped the blue in the contest, so that wasn't very nice.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but I've been concentrating mostly on teams and my greenies. The last time I was also playing classic for a while, so I only came back for the contest and started playing again because I got hooked again in Iron Man.
Nice. It's like one of those little claws that it gets its talons into you, doesn't it? Really, and pulls you back in. Yes. Just before I forget, Zorts, thank you. 21 months. Thank you. Very muchly appreciated. Have a beer, Zorts. Thank you. Or a coffee, whichever. New coffee machine, Zorts. It is fantastic. Anyway, I digress. So, Nisey, sorry,
Yes.
you go first.
That's okay. I know your love of coffee and your new shiny that you have.
I know, new shiny.
I understand. So, it's a new year, you guys. It's 2020, which means, we're on a fresh slate for this year. So, have you guys set any goals for yourself to accomplish over the course of 2020?
Live.
That's as good a place to start as any.
Yeah, that's always a positive. Absolutely. What else? We'll go backwards. How about we go backwards? Winema, what have you got?
Well, I have to get a chamois to 120. I've really been working. I mean, I do have a pala at 120, a green pala, but I'm fascinated with the shamans, and the times I have died and I have killed several shamans, it's because I've been learning things about the game that I didn't know. Those things that happen, that you go and, I'm going to this cave because I'm going to get this treasure, and there's this mob and I'm killing the mob and the mob explodes and I die at 97. Or there's a bug in the game. But my goal is to get one shaman and one team to 120.
Nice.
Okay. You can do it.
Yeah, that's good goals. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, Ster, what about you?
I mentioned the druid, but changes are coming in 2020, and we've been hearing hints dropped from the forums and from some of the chats in the Blizzard world. So we know changes are coming. So one of my goals is just to keep up with that and work with our mods and the players to figure out, okay, if Blizzard does this, how can we adapt the challenge to that? And you know, so we'll just letting the world know that your crew back here behind the scenes is keeping on top of it and trying to figure it out, and we'll just kind of play it by ear and go from there. But other than that, the druid.
The druid, nice. Okay. Execute. How about you?
So I've still got 5 iron gnomes in the works. Most of them are approaching 60. The monk is lagging behind just because I started it later. I'd like to cap all 5 of them. I also need to figure out a way to make space on my account to make room for a bunch of little Volpera, because the patch is right around the corner, and I want them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep, that is true. The patch
I can't wait to see all the Star Fox memes.
Nice. Well, it sounds like that you've got some very good goals for this year, guys, so fantastic. How about though we
Well, wait. What about you, Leeta? Are you going to focus and get one tune to, you know?
Ster, seriously, how long have you known me?
Well,
have I ever focused?
No.
Have I
better across multiple tunes?
Exactly. Thank you, Nisey. That is
Yes.
so true.
It gives us a break in between, so that way, it's like, okay, I can refocus on this one now. Okay, we're doing this now. I can focus on this now. You need to break it up a little.
Yeah. It's a multi-focus. It's a broad range focus that, you know, encompasses not only WoW but coffee. You know, there's so many things. It just really is it's broad. So I think if I can maintain that, and you know, that would be good. That would be good. We will see. I would like to get the passy to max.
We're getting there.
That's the goal.
That would be cool.
Great goal.
Yeah. Which is hilarious. But we will see. So yes, and baking. Yes, definitely. She's baking or making coffee. I can focus if I'm doing that. Definitely.
Wow, thanks, Stone.
Thank you, Stone.
I've never heard of someone having an unfocused focus.
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing. Exactly. You know who does need to focus though, Ster? You know, there is one person who really needs to focus. And I don't know if he's in the chat room. He might be a bit busy, which is understandable, but you know, I think Azzy needs to focus. I think that's where the focus should be directed.
He would say some
Straight to
obscene word.
Oh,
like that. He would go, I do
imagine.
nothing but focus. Yes,
Well, see, maybe he needs to multi-focus then, because the singular focus isn't working.
Somewhere he is growling right now. I can tell you that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, what about you, Nisey? What's your goal?
My goal, get that slow warlock to 120.
That's your blood. What's she at?
We're getting there. Yeah. 99.
99.
I'm trying to race Shadowlands coming out, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get there on my priest, but I'm like, I'm so close. So yeah, that's my main goal for 2020.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Right now.
So we will see. Absolutely. All right. So what I wanted to know especially from all three of you, because again, as I said, this has to do with, you know, the Working Man contest that we had at the end of last year, which once again, thank you guys for blowing Chris's and my expectations. Looking right at you, Eexecute. And you know, because there was a thing, Chris and I did have that conversation. You know, we normally do contests for 2 weeks, and it was like, no one's gonna do that. Yeah, well, you guys all anyway exceeded the expectations of what we thought people were going to get to, in level wise. So thank you for blowing our minds on that. But we want to know about your journey, because again, this is the first time we've had a working man contest, and it would be nice to pick your brains as to how it was for you guys. So first off, I think we will start with our winner. I think he deserves that, because not only did he win, but he maxed and became the first ever working man max level ever, plus during a contest. So Eexecute, tell us, how did it go? What did you do?
If memory serves, Nisey did a write-up after I capped the character, and my route is kind of outlined in that. But I'm happy to retread it. I'll try to keep it brief. So up until 60, I just treated it like an iron. I decided to go monk. Because gnome was an option, so I had to pick it. So my two tank options there are warrior and monk. One of these is a lot more viable than the other one.
Yep.
For reasons that should be pretty obvious. I noticed that my route kind of got thrown out of whack pretty early because of the extra XP you get just by mining and herbing. But, that's no problem. It just meant that I did Duskwood later. Mind you, Stitches almost killed me because I did Duskwood later. I got to 60, got my flying. As soon as I could do that, I went and explored Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, North End, and what's the last one?
Outlands.
Yeah, Outland. That got me to 65. After that, I went straight to Sholazar Basin and just picked herbs all the way to 80. Once I was 80, I went back to Eastern Kingdom, set my Hearthstone to Airy Peak, because as a monk, you can always Zen Pilgrimage to Peak of Serenity and then just take the portal to Stormwind. So it gives you a little bit more freedom as to where you can put your Hearthstone. Yeah. So I figured if I'm going to be doing archaeology for 40 levels, it would be nice to be able to have a quick way to the top of the continent and a quick way to the bottom. And that gave me both.
Yeah.
And then it was just, fighting the sheer monotony of doing archaeology for 40 levels, which I'm never doing again. Ever.
I agree.
Ever.
Well, the winner gets their own pick, here. It's for mining and archaeology. So there you go.
I'd have more fun harvesting garlic than doing that again.
Interesting. But you did it in, and what was the times? I've forgotten.
Real time or played time?
Played time and then real time. Give us both, please.
Played time was 5 days, 22 hours. Real time was 11 days, 22 hours.
In 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Less than 2 weeks.
Undead.
Undead?
It was
yes.
less than 2 weeks.
Beware the living.
Yes, he's a vampire.
Come on.
Let's not get crazy.
But still, it was an amazing effort. So that's interesting to see. It was just by bringing in, obviously, with the working man. So working man, for those that don't know, is pretty much, it's iron but with professions, and you've chosen hence his aversion to garlic, with having mining and herbing, which, again, are the two most obvious for what a working man is. And actually, I'm going to ask both you and Ster and Winema, did you pick the same professions, or did you do something different?
I was herbing and mining. And doing archaeology, of course, because of the experience. But I guess the others did the same.
Yeah. Ster, how did you go?
Yeah, I went mining, herbing, and archaeology when Eexecute taught me that trick with the one particular mount that lets you do the mining or at least the herbing without dismounting. What was not a fell reaver, but what the heck?
I do remember having to browbeat you into getting a sky golem.
Sky Golem.
Yes, I had to buy that. I am now up to 35 mounts.
Wow.
You know, I just don't collect them.
Whoa, Ster.
Sort of like,
You said
slow
that
down.
with such anger about buying the Sky Golem. You're
like
"Oh."
yes, I'm sitting on 1 million gold and I refuse to buy mounts.
Well,
We each play the game. the
yes,
way we like.
yes,
Yeah,
I know.
No judgment.
No judgment. That's amazing. But congratulations. 35 mounts. That's awesome. It's always good to have one that's a little bit handy, which will be, come in handy for challenge tunes. So that's nice. Okay, so Ster, for you, your leveling journey, because this is the first time you played Working Man as well. I should say,
Yes.
Execute, that was your first time doing Working Man as well, wasn't it, first?
Yes, I've also got one more thing to add, because I missed it.
Okay, yes.
It just has to do with where I leveled up to hit level 90. When I hit 90, I was in Blasted Lands, and I phased into the Warlords of Draenor version as soon as I hit 90.
Yep.
And I was a stone's throw away from a pack of elite mobs. So I'm lucky to have dinged where I dinged, because I got away with it.
Yeah.
I know a similar sort of thing happened to Faire when she hit 110 in Darkshore, but she got dropped almost immediately.
Yeah.
Be careful where you get key levels, people.
Absolutely.
Good
Yeah,
tip.
for sure.
Yes. That is a good tip. Okay. All right. So, Ster, how about for you? So, how'd you go?
So, to continue the Sky Golem, you pay 11 grand for a mount. It ought to be pretty. It ought to be fluffy and look good when you're sitting in Stormwind on it. It should not make you seasick to fly the damn thing.
I
It's
know,
like,
right?
You're flying across the continent, and before you know it, you're like, you got vertigo, and you're like, you're running for the bathroom to barf because of that damn thing. It's like,
Yeah.
There's 11 grand just so I could pick weeds.
Yeah.
Without dismounting. It's
Yeah.
like, all right. So, I will say, I usually don't play the contest because usually I don't like to play Horde or Warlock or Priest or some of these other tunes. And so I've been kind of trash talking in guild chat that, if we ever get to play a Night Elf Rogue in a contest, the rest of you hacks are screwed.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Wow.
And then,
okay. Shots
yeah,
fired again.
so many shots fired tonight.
That's the show title, Shots Fired. Well, unfortunately, some dude, and like we keep alleging, is undead in real life, who blasted everyone out of the water. I mean, it was apparent from after the first week that unless he dies, and that's, why we would trash talk and, just say things and because I know Execute, you were pushing really hard. I mean, anybody who logged in would see you were online. It's like, dude, go get some sleep, take a bio break. I'm seeing visions of South Park, that episode where, the kid screams, "Mom, more food," cheesy poofs or something. But it's like, dude.
Yeah, I was pushing really hard for the first week, and you know why.
I know why. Because I was pushing you.
No, it wasn't. Why? What are you not taking credit for someone else's work, huh?
That's true. So, but I have to say, this was a fun contest for those reasons. Because I mean, you are both rooting for your friend and saying you got this, and you're just gonna win. But then you're also secretly hoping, well, how much do assassinations cost in this game? So. Because so I kept pushing hard because if he dies, well then hey, I've got a good chance at this. So there was hope there because it was another week and anything can happen in a contest. So
Anything can.
But then towards the last few days, I kept watching this person, someone named Winema, and I'm like, who is this person? Every time I get 4 or 5 levels above, I come and log in the next day, and I'm thinking I'm still not. What the hell? she's at number 2. So we kept leapfrogging each other for the last few days, and it's like, well, you don't wish ill on anyone because it was actually kind of fun, and so it was, and she was such a good sport about it, and we'd kind of trade things every now and then, and you just went, oh, this friendly competition is fun, and that's what it was. But for the actual leveling, I just followed my normal, night elf, rogue, druid path, and got up to 89. And the problem with urban mining archaeology is it's that shiny thing syndrome. It's like, no, I need to come over here because I know where the chests are at, and I know where the spawns are at, and oh, look, there's a weed over there that I can go pick, or the thrill of seeing on the mini map a silver or a gold, and you're like, ooh, I gotta go get that, but it's guarded. Oh, well, let's see. Fur always says if you can't root it, or don't shoot it, or if you can't sap it, in the case of the rogue. So I would. It cost me a lot of time because of all those shinies.
You liked the shinies, didn't you?
I like the shinies because I made a bunch of money on this tune, and my contest tune is still alive.
Nice.
I think I'm 93-ish. I think.
Okay.
I just work on it now and then.
Yeah.
So wait, if you're so in love with the shinies, is that the pacifist challenge I hear calling you?
No. That's just wrong.
Slow down, Nisey. Slow down.
Yeah, slow down, Nisey.
You sure? Come on, Ster, new year.
Come on. No. Let's do a warrior or something. I don't want to do that.
You'd rather do a warrior than a pacifist.
I'd rather do a warrior
Nice.
or a pally or
Chris,
something.
You could be a
notes.
pacifist warrior.
Hugging trees and picking weeds just doesn't do it. It's just... Yeah. Next, you'll tell me I can't go get blings and stuff like that. It's like, oh, really?
Anything's possible. Yeah. I know. Crazy.
If I may interject here with something about Ster that I learned over the course of this contest.
Wait, what?
So I saw 2 Sters in this contest. I could pop over to Wimrest Accord and see him like organizing hits, hiring mercenaries to come assassinate me. But
allegedly.
But during the second week, I also had this like adorable little puppy Ster approach me and ask me how archaeology works, saying that when he presses survey, it doesn't work because he didn't know he had to be in a dig site. He clearly never used it before. I thought it was the most precious thing.
Aww.
And then but he did get his he did avenge my teasing and assassination attempts, because he'd say, you just stay out of Duskwood, and that's all he would say, and you're like, that's pretty vague. Well, there's something bad in Duskwood. It's like, well, what? And it's like, or Hillsbrad. And before you knew it, I had a whole list of continents and states or whatever, the subzones that I just cannot step into, doing archaeology. So it's like, thank you for all the warnings, but how about some details?
No, you gotta earn those.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer is right. Show title. Okay, Boomer.
Oh, I can't write it down. All right.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I know.
Nice.
I know.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, speaking of, leapfrogging, obviously, Ster, and she definitely was giving you a very good run for your money in a decent chunk of the contest. Winema, how are you? Because we know how we do know how things ended up, and we'll get to that in a minute. But up until, how did you find the contest? And obviously this little rivalry that was happening with Ster trying to push you. How did that go?
Well, Actually, it was a contest that brought me back to Iron Man, because I was completely obsessed with Classic for about 3 months. And then I came back because Ruth messaged me and said, there's a new contest. Oh, and I love contests, so I had to come back. And I said, I read very fast the instructions, and working man, perfect, no problem, made a shaman. started 3 days late because it was on a Tuesday, and when I tried to register the toon, oops, no dwarves. Okay, no chamois. Okay, back to the drawing board, and I had to make another toon. So what do I do? Because I've never made a working man, and I decided on a druid, which I have never leveled either, as an iron. So, well, let's give it a try. So I tried all the specs, and I went with bear for the protection for until level 60. And it does help a lot to be able to get some experience picking herbs and mining. And after you get flying on a druid, of course, it gets much easier because you can herb while flying. Though there is this horrible temptation that Ster was talking about, because when you're a druid and you're flying, then you say, can I sneak that flower from that mob without the mob killing me? And that's a constant temptation. Is yes, I can. No, I can't. But anyway, I did my normal iron routine, but I did find out something that I think we should all be a bit aware of, is that you think that, oh, I have a starting zone, I can go back to the starting zone, and I did that. Kept it for later, when I'm 50, I can go back to one of these beginning zones because now they give experience. Oh my God. I almost died because I don't know what the mobs can do. And you're used to playing them when you're low level, and then you go there when you're 50, and they have completely different abilities. They can obliterate you if they want to. It's much better if you already know the mobs at level 50, because you're going to Dustwallow Marsh or Fellwood, wherever you go when you're level 50. Stick with that. Going back to the beginning zones is not really going to help you, because you're not even used to the spells that mobs have or anything. So I ran out of Northshire with my bare tail between my legs and went on to the normal way I usually level. I love the contest because I thought it was really a good way of getting to higher levels in a contest, for me at least, because I'm not such a good iron as Lisa and all those wonderful people who can get to 120. I can't. So so this gave me an opportunity to get to higher levels during a contest, and I enjoyed it very much. And I loved trading places with Ster. I thought it was so exciting to come in the morning and say, oh darn, I have to get a couple more levels on this thing. I have to go back to Shalazar Basing. I'm going to puke if I get another one of those flowers. Oh, okay. My map with Gatherer in Shalazar Basin is a full flower thing. It's completely covered with flowers. And then, of course, comes archaeology. And I must say that I did go to Duskwood, and I did collect the archaeology sites while the dragon was there.
Whoa.
And I managed that because none of the sites were close to the dragon. I said, well, I'm going to see what happens, and I managed it. But yes, it was a risk. And but it was a wonderful contest, and I enjoyed very much playing a working man. And I'm very angry with myself for equipping a blue, because I wasn't really having any troubles otherwise.
And
in fact, let's just be upfront. You would have had me, because I think you had saved some of your quests to turn in, and you were clearly doing a lot better than me. So you would have come in second place, and I tip my hat to you. You're a really good player.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm also very grateful to my mate in the UK who plays in Earthen Ring with me, because he was so nice. He won the pet in the contest on the raffle, and
Oh.
he gave it to me because I collect
Yes.
pets.
Yeah.
And that was very sweet of him, and I'm really happy about that.
Nice. That's lovely.
Cool.
What pet did you end up getting?
Dottie.
Dottie. Nice. So cute. It is so cute.
But
Okay.
I have a huge collection of pets. I have like 800 pets.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice.
I just got the 100 pet achievement late last year, so that's what I'm up to.
Ster, we'll
What do you get
talk.
for 800?
We'll,
Slow down,
we'll-
Nine-
Slow down.
What you get 1,000?
And 96% of those are level 25 and
Nice. Squirt day.
wow.
Always look out for squirt day. That's all I can say on that. It's very handy. So, for leveling those pets, which is good. Okay. So, again, you all did amazing for the contest, and again, thank you for one, doing it, two, having some fun with it, and again, congratulations, Eexecute, on smashing Chris's and my expectations right out of the water. But as well as that, both, you guys, for how it ran, you all did well, and for everyone else that was leveling and playing in the contest, thank you so much for your support on that. We do appreciate it. Okay, Nisey, what have we got?
Like the contest was a wild ride because I wasn't in the challenge guild on Wormrest Accord because it's always full for me, so I don't like playing on a full server, and so I didn't know all this was going on between you guys, and I'm logging in because I was really strapped for time when the contest happened, so I didn't really participate that much. I gave it a one and done, and I'm watching and I'm seeing who's in first. I'm like, oh, okay, and I'm looking at it and I have my suspicions of who's who, and then I'm watching first place and it's just like boom boom boom, this level, this level, this level, and I'm like, holy crap. I was like, you know what, I wonder if that's Eexecute, and lo and behold, it was freaking Eexecute. So I was like, wow, dude, that was amazing. And you totally blew my mind in getting that far. So I do have to say props to you, and hopefully now you can get some rest. And but over the course of this contest and trying Working Man for the first time, which I think all three of you may have done this round, have you learned any really big lessons to take with you for any of the challenges, or maybe just for Working Man straight up, or any helpful tips and tricks that you can pass on to the others?
Don't play against
yeah.
Eexecute.
That's always a helpful tip. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. All right. Who wants to go first? Ster, how about we hit you with that first?
Okay. Well, we've already mentioned the herbing and the mining and what a distraction it is from your normal path. But I think just watching guild chat and some of the other discussions in Discord, I think all of us who are playing Working Man for the first time, you don't realize you're just a regular iron. You're still stuck with white and gray gear, and you don't have the only advantage is herbing and mining. And so you're just as vulnerable as before. You're not, you're not Superman or Superwoman. You're very vulnerable. So I think a lot of the deaths, they started climbing, and I think a lot of the chat was just it's just so easy to die. Well, that's because irons are so easy to die too. So I think that was it. But the thing that I thought was fun was just walking away with a huge pile of gold. I think I ended up with 30K just in just selling, weeds and rocks and stuff like that, in the AH.
Yep. Nice. Well, you had more than enough to go buy a sky golem then, so yay.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
You're still going to have a sook about it, though.
Yes, and you know what? They should give you an air sickness bag with each one of those kind of mounts. Just right up front. Here you go. If you run into turbulence, which you will, on a sky golem, this is just in case.
Yes. Oh, definitely. It's I totally understand. It's not the most fun.
No,
not fun.
it's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't, make the lower ranking people in the guild, hose off your mount when you're done.
Yeah.
I do.
The things that go on over there.
That's the price of dying. Oh yes, welcome back. Hey, better luck next time. And Assy and myself want our mounts washed. So yeah.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
Ominu said there's a way to unlock the camera from your head so you don't sway with the mount. Interesting.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Now you tell us.
That's a tip. All right. So Ominu will have to get us that. Winema, how about you? What's been your lessons learned from it?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is to get to 60 as an iron, because that's exactly what it is. You have to get to 60 and you have to do it with your grays and your whites. And I think that I chose a very good tune. I think druids are a good option from what we could choose. Definitely a warrior I would not have chosen. And priests are very good, but they were slow. So that's why I went with a druid also for the first time. But I think that's the greatest difficulty of a working man, is getting to 60 alive. And what can I say? It's the same things that basically people have to take care of when they're leveling an iron.
Yeah. What spec did you play on your druid?
I played bear. I played feral.
Okay.
Tank.
Yeah.
Because I tried the boomkin and the DPS is pretty low, and the bear has very good swipes, and I managed very well until 60 with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. No, that's good. Still looking at I'm just looking at the contest. As we said, so Eexecute hit 120, Ster had hit 89, Faire, Winema, you had lost yours at 89 due to the equip, but still, amazing effort on that. And who came in third was Lucy Lynn on hers. So she had hit 63, which I think, was it last week that Lucy Lynn lost hers? Something happened? So. I think it was last week, which, again, an amazing effort, which goes to show that with the, just by having a little bit difference by adding in professions, what can be achieved. So definitely been a very interesting one. Okay, Eexecute, what about you? Any last tips, lessons learned? What would you like to throw at us all?
So I played Monk for the contest, which is a class I'd never attempted as Iron. And I learned a couple of things about the class itself, which I'm going to share. If you're going to play a Monk, either as a working or an Iron, be sure that you do the daily at the Peak of Serenity, because it gives you extra experience, but make sure you get rid of the buff as soon as you turn the quest in, because you're not allowed to use it. As for the Peak of Serenity dailies themselves, there's more than one. I only did the first one because I lacked the means to scout within the middle of a contest. The first guy, he doesn't hit very hard. I think at like mid-30s, he was hitting me for about 20 damage. But he puts this fire on the ground. You can get out of it with using one roll. You'll take at least one hit on the way out, but you can just vivify yourself and you'll be fine. He takes a while to kill just because he's got inflated hit points, but he's not hard. And he's just a free quest you can do every day.
Okay.
I'd also recommend that you macro in Iron Skin Brew, which is basically the same thing as Ignore Pain for taking physical damage. Just macro it in with Keg Smash, because the cooldowns kind of line up sort of close. It's close enough that you're totally fine to do that. And you want to have Iron Skin going all the time, because if you're playing a monk, even if you're Brewmaster, you're running around in white leather gear. You're not the sturdiest.
No, you're not.
And another thing in the same vein is you shouldn't be afraid to cast Vivify while you're being smacked in the face, because you will have to.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've already said, you should probably set your hearth somewhere convenient, because you can always Zen Pilgrimage to the Peak of Serenity and take the portal to Stormwind. So that gives you freedom to put your Hearthstone somewhere else. I used Airy Peak for the archaeology.
Yeah.
But it's entirely up to you where you want to put it. And I want to give a quick shout out to Five for bringing this last one to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hit level 70, you can go to the Peak of Serenity, and up there are some vendors. One of them sells a Tome of Zen Flight. It's not very expensive. It's like 50 gold.
Yeah.
Zen Flight itself is not particularly fast, but you can use it if you're falling in place of like a glider, and it will prevent you from taking the fall damage because you just fly around at 60% speed.
Mm-hmm.
You can apparently also pick herbs with it. I never actually used it over the course of the contest. I learned about it right afterwards. Would have been nice to know beforehand, but now I know it's there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Level 70 requirement, I checked.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good to know.
And that's the main stuff that I learned. Also, as I've already said as well, make sure you don't level up to 90 in Blasted Lands. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Five says
No.
can't pick herbs, can mine. With Zen Flight.
Oh, you can't pick herbs, but you can mine.
Mm-hmm.
Today I learned.
There we go. We all did. Thank you, Five.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Five is a walking encyclopedia of what everything is in this game.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
he is.
The guy to turn to.
Yes. If in doubt, ask Five. Definitely. Always a good. There we go. Another helpful tip from Leeta. So excellent. All right. Well, thank you. And again, you guys, you all did amazing, and thank you for participating. I can't say that enough. It's nice to see that we got such a warm and amazing response for the contest. So for our first ever working men contest. So again, but congratulations, Eexecute, for 1 winning and 2 maxing. It was an amazing effort. So, but thank you for all coming and having a chat about it. We do appreciate it. So what we want to do is find out how your weeks in WoW this week has been, because there's been things going on in game, and it's the start of a new year. Scrap off those death lists and away we go again, and all those fun things that we get to do. So how about we start with Ster? What have you been doing? Anything exciting?
So, kind of, the druid hit level 90, and of course that means, Outlands and Northrend and those things start to drop in value. So you're going to have to go over to Draenor and start your garrison. And so that is extremely difficult. And every one of you who have made it to 90, you know how darn difficult it is to open up the garrison, because you have to go into some cave right off the bat and kill this boss. And he's got 5 times, 10 times your hit points. And and if you try to run away, he just goes back into the cave and resets, and so you can't use any tricks on him. And so I happened to be over there near the cave, and I was just chilling and multitasking, and another player came by and took him out. And I tried to get out of the way, and I tripped. And Solar Wrath fired and hit the thing, so I got credit for it. So I totally by oops, accident.
Oops.
I chilled for 2 days. So anyway, after you open up the garrison, though, now here's a tip for you people who once you get the garrison kind of open, you've killed the boss. Well, one of the first quests is, you need to go back to the harbor where you kind of started all this, and now there's an orc, and he's in a bad mood, and you got to kill him. Because if you don't, it kind of blocks opening up any more of your garrison. So,
Okay.
but the problem is, this dude is phased, and you will not get any oops or accidental tagging there. But I found a trick.
Oh.
He's just
okay.
like Stitches. You can, from a distance, use your ranged capability. Like with the druid, Solar Wrath or whatever. You'll figure out how many times you can hit him before he turns around and gets pissed and comes after you.
Yeah.
Hit him, run. You don't have to. In fact, you don't even have to take but like 5 or 6 steps away from him, and you dephase, and you reset. You're out of combat, and then just go back, and he's still. His health has not reset because he's usually fighting these friendly NPCs. So
okay.
It's the Stitches trick,
Okay.
So if you're in Duskwood, for those of you you haven't gotten to the garrison, but you've probably gotten to Duskwood, and you get Stitches, you got to do the same thing. You can shoot him a few times till he gets pissed. He'll turn around, come after you, and you can either run or shadow meld or feign death or something to call it off. But his health doesn't go down because he's engaged with friendlies. So it's a good way to kill a beast like that. So that's about it for me for this week.
Okay.
Got the garrison going.
Nice. All right. Well done. I mean, it's amazing how you can just be standing there doing nothing and you accidentally trip over and, Solar Wrath. Whoa.
Yeah, my gun went off.
Shoots.
I didn't have the safety on.
Yeah.
You always for all you druids, put the safety on if you're going to just chill.
I like the idea of Ster falling over and his face ending up in the mud, and then when he looks up at Garrison's just like formed around him.
Oh, it's like, and he died. Oops. Oops. My bad.
Did I do that?
Sorry. Did I steal some of your XP? Sorry, other player.
Oops.
Sorry.
Nice. Okay. All right. How about we go, Winema? How's your week been?
Well, I am no Leeta. I do not have a wide focus, an unfocused focus on these things. I'm more obsessive about things. So I kill that green chamois, and I challenge myself with the chamois in terms of how many greens I'm wearing.
Yep.
So my other chamois was a 6 green chamois. That's the most I'm wearing right now.
Okay.
So I made another one, and it's 76 right now.
Nice.
So I'm catching up, because after I killed the one at 91, I said, oh no, this is not possible. And I have a convert. My mate, that we always make a team together, and we have our iron team, which we have been working on. It's level 75 right now. We always play a pally. He plays a pala, and I play a chamois. He said, oh, I've been playing a chamois. Can't we make a double chamois team? I got a convert. So
nice.
Now we're 2 chamois. And it's amazing because the resto chamois obliterate everything. The DPS is so amazing that it's very easy to do it with a team, and the healing is very good also. Plus you have your wonderful, marvelous emergency elemental. So I was, for example, in Sangar Marsh, when you go to the cave and you have to kill Lord Kla, the elemental down there with that is very difficult to pull alone.
Yeah.
I pulled everything. I made a bad pull, and poof, elemental, and I can kill everything. I mean, it's just the most amazing thing, because it has a heck of a lot of life, that elemental, and it pulls everything with him. So I have now the iron team at 75, my greenie at with 6 greens at 76, and we have 2 green teams that are at very
Nice.
low, 19, 18.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing this week.
Okay. Nice. Well, that's good. And congratulations, 2 chamois on the team.
That's got to be amazing because
Yeah.
you get double the healing totems, you get, you know, double the riptides and everything, and then you're both going to be getting the procs at 40 for the instant lava burst. That's got to be absolutely just awesome.
It is actually. We laugh every time we kill a mob. We say, "Oh, it's gone." We just one hit.
Nice.
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah, and then you guys can take turns popping that elemental, or if things are really not going well and the one dies, and you can pop the other.
Exactly.
Yep. That is very good. Azzy says my cave. So yes, Azzy, they're over in your cave. But no, that sounds really good. And obviously commiserations on losing the toons that you have. That's rough. 85 has been your average in deaths. That's just, oh damn, that hurts. But here you are, going again, which is great.
That included a 113. So
yeah, damn.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah,
I don't care. It's okay. I think I'm not going to say I'm immune to deaths, but I'm inured to them. You know, I die and said, okay, fine, I'll make another one.
It's, you know, and again, this shows the fortitude of these players, because Winema's off and running. You know, we all, just to pick yourself up sometimes from a death can be a little rough, but away you go again, which is amazing. So so good luck, Winema, on those. That sounds exciting, especially for your team. I can't wait to see how that goes. Eexecute, what have you been up to this week?
I spent my week in WoW not getting the Blackrock Foundry mount.
I think someone else can feel that pain.
I did get Midnight from Karazhan though, so there's that.
Yay! Congrats! That's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, I believe Stone and I are still in the same club of suck.
Yes.
Not bitter.
Stone, try it and find out. I can't remember what I've said it to. He says, "Am I allowed to swear here?" I think he feels your pain. Yeah. Okay. He's yeah. I think I agree
with Stone.
I think he has the same amount of love. Maybe. Okay. Anything else that's pretty much been your week?
Yeah, that's it. I've not done any challenge turns this week.
Okay. All right. Nisey, what you been doing? Nothing?
Okay.
Some?
Not too much. Before I jump into my week real quick, Taco, I don't think the totems overlap, but you'll always have one available that you can drop. Like, even if it's only just a couple of seconds between your own cooldown, you don't have to wait for that. The other person can drop it if you get it timed right. And Red, I don't know if you can heal the elemental, but he has like a 5-minute hang around time, and then he goes away. He doesn't stay permanently, I don't believe.
You can heal the elemental.
Yeah. Okay.
He's healer.
Okay. So I mean that gives him a few more hits that he can take, so that's helpful. Couldn't remember, it's been a while since I've been on my shaman. So my week has been interesting. I've learned from Eexecute in the past couple of weeks that I didn't even think about it, that using the portals for the monk, because I'm a bloodthirsty on my monk, so I don't even go there because there's no point in me going there because I can't do the quest or anything. Didn't even realize there was the portal there, so I've learned about that trick with my monk, who's taking a slight vacation while I get some levels in between them and the others. Had my first death of the year because I think Ster was playing with his voodoo dolls.
Yep, you were on the list. Sorry,
Yeah, and you're trying to put me back on that list.
Yes.
No, bad Ster. Pick somebody else. You've already gotten my iron, my high level iron. So yeah, I lost Sulfu unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I was being so scared of my shadow, and I was doing so well, and I didn't like how Half Hill and all that was feeling at that point. And I'm like, ugh, birds flying too low, and I'm like, I can't really fly, and this is too many things here. I'm like, let's go get some exploration. So hop down to Karasong, and I'm like, well, is there anything I can do here? And I didn't like this quest, didn't like that quest, and I was just kind of exploring. And then I found this little island out near Nappangle, and there was a couple quests over there, killed some crocolisks, and I'm like, I tested one of the crocolisks, I'm like, it's not so bad. This one's better than the other one because there were 2 types, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I can work with that. And then there was, get feathers. I'm like, this seems like a really benign quest. My mistake. So, if you come across that quest, and I can't remember what it was, something about getting 3 different sets of feathers.
Yeah.
The first bird that flew by me, I'm like, oh, hi, yellow bird. So I tagged him. Fine, no problem. The next color feather that I needed, tagged that one. That was a problem. I pulled him. Now I'm on a priest, and got 1, hit penance and stuff, and I'm doing okay. And then the bird starts casting something, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, why are you doing a really long cast? What are you doing? And I think it was either Fan of Feathers or something like that. Or
okay.
Oh my god. It halved me in 1 hit, and I was like, oh. So I'm like trying to no, don't panic, we have nowhere to go. I had another mob behind me, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, no, we can do this. No, we can't do this. And I was dead. And I was like, I hit 3 hits, and I was gone. I'm like, okay, so we're not doing that quest again.
Yeah.
And like, it was just seemed like such a benign quest, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that was really deceiving because the one bird feather color was fine.
Yeah.
That one was not. So yeah, no. So we learned that lesson the hard way. But I rerolled. And I rerolled that night because it happened on stream, and I was like, oh, okay, that happened. So rerolled. I did another priest. I went gnome this time because I do like my gnomes, and named her Grumpy Soul because I was a little frumpled about the fact that I had just died, and I'm like, nah. So she got to 10 that night, but she did get up to level 17 this week. So we're making ground.
Okay.
I've been working a little bit in Classic, not a whole lot. I've been working on a potential Bloodthirsty over there if we do decide to do that. I'm trying to lay some groundwork, so see if what classes have to have what quests and whatnot. So I got her to level 20, and so that wasn't bad because she's a mage and some things are very scary. I'm trying to figure out where to go now at level 20, because I'm not sure I like my options, but I think I'm gonna have to take a more in-depth look. I haven't gotten to that yet this week. That's on the works for the next couple of days. And then I have my Bloodthirsty group that I'm currently working on in retail. It's not all of them, it's only a handful, but I'm working on that lock. Like I said earlier, I got her to 99, and leveling in Legion is night and day compared to WoD, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not looking forward to going back into WoD again, but I will be soon with the priest. But
Draenor sucks. That's the only way to say it.
It's not fun because the mobs that I figured out that I can kill on my Bloodthirsties without 4 or 5 mobs coming in, the XP varies quite exponentially. So you'll get like 600 and change from some wolves if you can find them singly, and that aren't packed up. And then there's spore bats and some butterfly moth things, and then the Talbuks for the stable quest you can actually kill, and those guys give like 900 to 1,000 XP, but it varies so hard, it takes so long to get through there. But leveling in Legion has been completely different. I'm stand in one spot and kill the same 3 mobs because they respawn that fast.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm over in the Ley Ruins of Zakari, something like that. It's all purple. And there's a whole bunch of the Turkey elf dudes And just there's the same 3 mobs that I can stand back. One of them turns hostile and walks towards me, and I can peg him off, and then I peg off 2 neutral ones that are near there, and I just keep rotating all 3. And before I know it, like 2 or 3 hours later, poof, I'm where I need to be. Got the priest who's discipline. I'm running 2 priests actually to 88 out in Oldham. And I'm sad because I love leveling in Oldham from 82 to 90, and there's some things going to be happening soon, and I'm afraid to be there now. So I had to move her out, and I moved her back into Pandaria at the moment because I didn't know where else to go that I felt comfortable. So I'm back near Dawn Blossom over there. I think it's Dawn Blossom. And worked on the Holy Priest, and she's up to level 22. I went troll on that one after the other one died. I'm like, well, let me go troll. They can get a little bit of the bonus XP from killing beasts, because I do spend a lot of time killing beasts. So I'm working on her, and I've got my hunter, who's my namesake. She's up to 55 out in Blasted Lands, and while I miss that the anniversary event is gone, I love that the anniversary event is gone, because I'm leveling in Blasted Lands, and I'm over in the Surwich area, and I go, kind of around that whole swampy area, and there's a little elbow section where Lord, was it Jaris? Kazak, thank you. And I should know it because it screamed his name enough in chat the whole time I was out there. Like, when everybody was killing him, I was like, oh, they're killing him again. And you're seeing people's names pop up who are dying, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I had to cut off that section of my my grinding loop, because the one time I was out there on a normal when I was testing something, actually for one of the blog write-ups, somebody had pulled him, and I couldn't tell if they were trying to drag him somewhere or if they were trying to get out of the fight because they were in over their head. And they were dragging him out into the swampy section. I'm like, and I'm just like, oh, he's running really far. When is he going to reset? And he wasn't resetting, and then the person died, and I'm like, right, so I need to make aware of where he is when I'm out here on my Bloodthirsty. And I was like, yeah, okay. So yeah, so I'm glad that that's over, and I can go back to status quo out there. I don't have to worry about him anymore.
Oh, definitely.
And I have one more Bloodthirsty that I'm currently working on in the mix, and I'm running a Guardian Druid, and she's doing okay. And she hit 24, and she just is kind of hanging out in Arathi at the moment.
Nice. Well done. And obviously commiserations for your priest you lost last week, because damn,
last week
that's
or the
rough.
week after, I was so I was really bummed, because I was like, it's the highest ever I've gotten on an iron, because I don't dabble in iron too much. Usually I'm just playing Bloodthirsty, but I was kind of an off again, on again one. That one had been around for quite a while, honestly, because I was looking, and when I had gotten certain achievements, I'm like, oh, okay. And looking at like past anniversary events and stuff, and I was like, all right. And so that one kind of, it stung a little bit, but I couldn't be mad, because it was an awesome getting to level 85. What really sucked was that it was 4 bars from hitting 86. So I was like,
so close.
Yeah, I was I was just like, well, okay.
It's normally the way.
Yeah. I'll take an 85 death over, that 113 that died, but I think that one hurt a lot worse. But it was like, all right, well, I got a new personal best to aim for, I guess.
That's right. Lesson learned, and it gives you something to strive for. So so good luck with those. Just quickly, I pretty much didn't do anything other than passies this week. I missed trivia. Can I just say I missed trivia?
I do miss it on my pacifist. I didn't even log in on her this
so
past
badly.
week. I didn't go to Darkmoon. Yeah.
I want trivia every day. But anyway, I did. So I did levels my passy. So my baby passy, my Tauren Druid hit 63, and my Night Elf Rogue hit 108.
I saw that. You're getting there.
What?
You're getting there.
What?
This is crazy. We told you could do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We're 108, so we will see. Okay, let us go with, what have I got? News bumpers. Here we go. Let's go with this one.
Breaking down news from the world of Warcraft.
All right, so Darkmoon Faire, obviously, no bloodthirsty love as per usual, but it ends for me like this afternoon, I think it is, or for you guys today, tonight. Anyway,
I think it's at midnight or something.
It's soon. So if you've just started a new challenge toon other than a blood, make your way down there at level 5, 6, get yourself, if that's what you're going to do, utilize it, because it's going to be another month before it's back. And as Rogue Slayer said last week, it's a good way to get a 16 slot bag, or to get yourself like 10 gold if you can do it. So do that. The other thing that is coming this week is patch 8.3 hits on Tuesday, on the 14th.
I think so.
So it's so there's gonna be a couple things that I would suggest, be very careful with. Nisey had mentioned there was assaults in Oldham and
Yes.
Vale of Eternal Blossoms.
Yeah, I think the Wowhead article said a Vale of Eternal Blossoms and Oldham. And from what it looked like, it's not going to be like how Legion and I'm not sure about BFA, but not how Legion assaults were. It's going to be going on pretty much 24/7, but there's going to be different times of day where a minor or major events will happen. And I don't know how this is going to play out as far as challengers are concerned. Like, I don't know if it's going to affect anybody in the zone, or if it's only going to, if it's going to be phased for just the high level end game people. I don't know. I didn't really get that kind of impression either way from the article. So definitely test that before you take your challenger in there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, just as per usual, just be really, really careful as to how, with when patches come out, a lot of times everything's kind of fun, but things can be a bit buggy. So
on that note, I forgot patch day. Everybody really get your challengers naked the night before the patch comes in.
Get naked.
Just to make sure nothing gets, flipped in color in the gear that you're on.
Just in case.
You don't want an accidental flag.
Yeah, that's
good advice.
That is definitely good advice.
If the incoming assault things are anything like the BFA incursions, we probably won't be able to see them as challenge toons, because the incursions themselves are invisible to you as an iron, because you don't have a Heart of Azeroth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, so
we'll have to test
it. Yeah, definitely needs to be tested.
Yeah.
But
so
if an iron can be killed by being there, it will happen.
Sir, we'll find out.
Yeah, myself or Assy or Five or Brittle or Fur, we love finding these patch bugs.
Yeah.
So,
and we appreciate it, guys. We do appreciate it. Just, so just tread carefully, and hopefully once it hits, we can get a bit more information and we can pass that on, but we'll have to wait and see once it goes live as to exactly how
if we find out anything concrete, we'll do a tweet or something.
Check Discord, tweets, and that'd be the main things for the moment. So we will see how that goes. Other than that, the other thing I wanted to make mention of is Patreon and PayPal have been updated. So we had to move a few things around. It's now been updated. So anyone, the supporters that want to, it's all okay again in those means. So that's there. And it should be up on the website. Alminia should have fixed them. I'm looking straight at you. Hopefully has sorted all that.
So you're okay with with people rejoining through Patreon and PayPal and all that.
All of that.
I had a couple of people that had asked me recently, so
it should all be fixed. So so that's there. And the other thing is, don't forget, promotion for Spreadshirt is still 20% off everything, which ends today. The 11th. So if you're after any merchandise, pop over there. yes, everything, money's coming to me. Ching, money. Yeah. So everything is
Trying to keep the
being
lights on.
controlled by me. I control it all. Yay. Anyway. So if you do, absolutely. All right, state of the challenges. It's that time. Let's do it. All right, irons for this week. Execute. Who have we got, please?
All right, irons coming in at number 10. We have Eexecute 57. That's mine. Number 9 we have Paladisa at 62. Number 8 we have Saytessa 65, but RIP. Number 7 we have Perraword at 72. Number 6 we have 5 Melon at 79. Number 5 we have Jangler X at 81. Number 4 we have Fair Kiri at 82. Number 3 we have Zaya Lee at 93. Number 2 we have Porster at 95. Nicely done, Ster.
Thanks.
However, watch your back, because I've been around long enough to see the pattern. Because number 1 this week we've got Azzy, who unfortunately went RIP at 103.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouchies. Definitely ouchies. But I think he's rolled again, and he's off and flying again, isn't he, Ster? As far as I'm aware, I'm assuming.
Oh,
so.
you know that he's a trooper. He's always
Your turn.
And
shots fired.
I think
35.
This 103. I think he was flirting with Vanessa Van Cleef, and she said, "You don't get to live this time." So that was.
She can
so-
be harsh. She can be harsh. Absolutely.
She can be. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Ster, Bloods. Can you do those, please?
Are these like 2-point font? Well, anyway.
Yeah.
At number 10 is Murloc Killer is at level 38. And at number 9, our very own Taco Potato is at 42. At number 8, Broken Tooth is at level 43. Nisey, I love the way that's spelled. You can actually read it. It's hooked on phonics kind of, spelling.
I could not get the other spelling on my server. That was the only way I could get it.
Wow.
Well, cool. Well, at slot number 7 and at level 55. At level 59 is 5 Chesty, but seems to be flagged for some reason. 5? You're in the chat. How'd you get flagged?
He doesn't have enough kills.
He's doing chests.
Yeah.
He's doing something
Yeah,
special.
I think doing chests or something. Is it that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leveling by
that'll
chest.
fix. Yeah.
Yeah. BT
at
passing.
number 5, Delena at 64. At level 82 is Bloodzorts.
Nice.
That's 82 is respectable.
Bloodzorts.
Soul Snuffer. Now that's you, isn't it, Nisey? Soul Snuffer. Yes, that's at level 88. Also, another 88 is Zaya Vera, and at number 1, Soul Stoned at level 99.
Nice. That's the Warlock, Nisey. Well done.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
Makes up for all those. Hey, after the podcast, we should talk offline on the death list and rotation and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you're next. As
I'm
you
not-
said,
You guys
I'm
keep
not
that
next.
between you. You guys keep that between you. I am not taking part.
Mr. Ster, the voodoo master over here.
Yes.
No,
Exactly.
I've got 5 and Taco and Zaya.
There we go.
And,
There we go.
And a whole bunch of others lined up. So
There you
they just don't know it. They like surprises.
See, voodoo master.
Voodoo Master, exactly. All right.
Surprise.
Surprise. Pacifist, Winema, sweetie, can you do the passies for me, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
At 10, we have Ferris Sky at 55. Number 9 is 5 Chesty at 59. Number 8 is Leeta at 63. Number 7, Passival at 64. Number 6, Herbalisa at 75. Number 5, Tiber at 80. Number 4, oh dear, that's yellow flag, Elisarine at 89.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that one is.
I think that was
they had a killing blow.
a killing.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a
Darn.
killing.
I think.
Or a proxy kill or something, yeah.
Okay. And at number 3 is Pacifist, 101.
Chris. Good
Number 2, Leeta at 108. Woohoo!
Thank you.
And number 1, Silent Bear at 109.
Nice. Well done. Alrighty. Tins. Let's start. Execute. You can do both. If you can do both, that would be good. Tins and greens. Who have we got, please?
Righto. I'll do tins first. We got 4 tins this week. Number 4, we have Iron Tusk at 28. We have Creastus at 42. Number 2, we have Eexecute, which is mine, at 56. And number 1, we have Ferriscay at 104.
Nice.
And moving down to greens, number 10 this week, we have Jade Leeta at 50.
Yep.
We have Chris Rogue at 55 at number 9. Number 8, we have Zyagala at 65. I hope I pronounced that right. Number 7, we have Ava Green at 67. Number 6, we have Ava Green at 70. I can see what they've done there. There's special characters in a different spot. Number 5, we have Ferritot at 76. Number 4, we have Halfamore at 78. Number 3, we have Greenadelic at 79. Number 2, we have Little Bit Green at 91. And number 1 this week for greens, we have Fair Verde at 110.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very well. Greens are certainly doing well this week. Working Man, Ster. Who have we got?
Okay. So at number 10 at level 25 it's either going to be Alan Iris, and they're going, no, that's not how it's pronounced. It's Alaniris. That was at level 25. And Joyful Kalen is at level 32. At the 8th position at level 35 is Ferrarona. Blue Leeta. Geez, who could that be at level 38?
Yeah.
5, Icapanda is at level 45. Also level 45, Work It, Assy. No, really,
Focus,
that's the name.
Assy.
Work It, Assy.
Focus, Assy. That's what I said.
Work It. Fair Winter is at level 51 in the 4th position.
Nice.
At number 3, Knee High is at level 53. Effortless. They've been on the list for quite some time. That's pretty cool that they're climbing to level 80.
It's Rogue Slayer, isn't it?
I think it is.
That might be.
And then at the number 1 top spot is Athena at level 84.
Nice. All right. Well done. Okay. Team.
Real quick, if I may.
Yes.
So just real quick about Five's Working Man, because I've asked him and I know how it's supposed to be said now. So he's gone with a really unconventional naming scheme for it. It's actually 5 Passy Panda. It's forward and then backward and then forward. That's from the man himself.
Of course it is. Now I see it. As soon as I say it.
I see what you did there.
No one's ever going to get that right in the challenges, ever.
5, you damned. He should be 5 tricks. Trick 5.
5 in his mind
5
games.
tricks. Oh, jeez, I tell you, dude. That's good.
Taco set the trend,
Yes.
spelled back.
Yes.
Good,
Well,
go
that
for it.
wasn't
Good for
her
Taco.
fault.
I know.
No.
But she set the trend.
Weird.
Frankly, I'm surprised it's not yellow flag. When I see a yellow flag these days on the state of challenges, I just kind of assume it's 5.
Oh! Yep.
Just saying.
Shots fired. There we go. Okay. Teams. Here we go. Winema, can you do the teams for us? Who have we got for Iron teams this week, please?
For Iron teams, we have Light and Lightning at 75. That's our team. I'm very proud of it.
Nice.
And The blood teams, we have one only, and that's Five Finger Death Taco Double Dip at
Love the
21.
name. Love the name. Good game. Good one, guys. Nice.
And there's also one green team, which is the Trash Heap Has Spoken. Yeah, 35.
Nice. Well done, obviously, everyone who's leveling. Congratulations to everyone who's been playing. It's been a very busy week. Commiserations, especially to those that got lost this week. Thankfully, didn't look like as bad a week as we have had over some,
No,
but
it's pretty light
still,
on the
Azzy, still, dude, so sorry. So sorry, 103. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
just that.
And it was a mob death. It's like, oh, those are the worst. Besides DCs, or
Yeah,
Fell Reavers,
Ve-
or an
yeah.
Elite, or a cave.
Voodoo dolls. Yeah,
Oh, there you go, Ster. Alminia just took one for you.
There
so
you go.
You've got another
just
week's
lost a
reprieve.
blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Armenia.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, exactly.
As he's about to get his terrible revenge on us anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's back to 35 already, so go Azzy. Go Azzy. Alright. Okay, so let us go into this one. Where are we?
Hey yo, it's Chit Chat!
Thanks, Swords. It's chit chat time. Alright, so this is where you can send in your tips, your tricks, your jokes, your puns, all of those amazing things, plus your questions. So,
Please
To
send
start.
in some puns.
yeah, to start chit chat off as the tradition, it's now tradition, there's no denying it. Let us play his bumper, because, you know, he made me a fantastic bumper, and I do love to hear it. So let's take in Azzy's bumper.
It's Azzy's pun.
It's such a good bumper.
It is such. It is.
It is good. In fact, let's just stop right there and leave on a high note.
No. It's your turn.
It's.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Yeah,
It
that
is.
text is distinctly green,
That's-
isn't it?
That
It
that's
is green.
yeah,
It was very
yeah.
cute this week.
Yeah. All right. I'll try to do it justice.
Okay.
This is Assie's pun, so don't voodoo me for. You can tell an ant's gender by putting it in water. If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's buoyant.
That is cute. That is cute. I like it. I like it. Azzy, this, you know, continue on in this vein. That's very cute. I like it. I'll take it. Not, no, I wouldn't say quite gold. Silver. Yeah, it's good. Very cute. Okay. Did we actually have any questions this week, Nisey? I didn't see any.
Not
No,
that I saw.
that's okay. All right.
If anything came in on the forums, I don't know, because I don't play over there. There's
Nothing.
enough people that take care of the forums.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so let's do Challenger Tip of the Week. Now, if you've got one, I said, you know, for you guys, because obviously I like to ask our guests, if you've got something, please, you know, share it. We're always, sharing information is always something that's positive and helpful for all challenge players. So, Ster, I noticed there's a bit of green text there. There's a little bit. So, how about you hit us with yours first off, please?
Okay. Well, this is for everyone who goes through Loch Modan, and that's actually one of the favorite zones because it's just rich with rares and good points and stuff. And I actually learned this from Ash. He taught me this a while back, so thank you, Ash, for this. If you're playing Alliance and you're going through Loch Modan, you know that there's like 6 Explorers League maps that you kind of collect as you're going through, you know, the different places. One's under the dock and another might be next to a cave and stuff like that. So when you're done, you'll have 6 of them. And when you turn them in, you actually get a bonus, a 7th quest. So what you do is don't turn them in. I know it's tempting, you know, you're probably in the low 20s, mid, you know, somewhere in that range. And it's tempting to turn it in, but don't because of course they scale up with you.
They do.
And so just hang on to them. And when you're in the late 50s, like you're 59, you're running out of all the saved quests, and you're trying to get over the goal line of hitting 60, go turn in those 6 and become 7 quests. It's a half a level easy, and it's like, between dailies and getting half a level instantly from that is just a great way to quickly push you over the goal line of hitting 60. So just hang on to them.
Yep. Do as Ster says, don't do as Leeta does, because Ster, that ain't gonna happen for me. My OCD's like, turn it in. I can't. I'm not good at holding on to quests.
You see the question mark in your list of quests, and it's done. It's like, well, you got to turn it in, huh?
Hold it. Just go. Yeah, it would drive me nuts.
Baby steps. Just hang on to one of them. Yeah.
We'll see, but a very good point. So thank you for that one. Winema, how about you? Anything you wanna add in here for a challenger tip of the week?
Yes, actually, one of the things I've discovered, and this is only for casters. It works for casters. You know that very boring quest in Outlands where you have to kill 15 of those worms that are underground?
Yes.
It's called A Job for an Intelligent Man.
Yes.
And they're a pain, those things. Well, if you're a caster and you approach them from behind, from the trail they're leaving, and keep a distance, they pop up and they don't turn around.
No.
So
Wait, what?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to practice it a bit, because you have to approach them exactly from behind and they don't turn around. So you just go and cast and kill, and then you continue. And he never turns around, never spits, never hurts you.
Wow.
So that's a nice one for the 15 ones that you get there. The other thing that I found out, and that I do a lot when you're that I suggest you do when you're in the higher levels, is use a scout, but use a scout of the same class that you're playing, because the mobs react differently to the different classes. And I know because I've killed in Pandaria. There is a quest where you have to kill some tricksters on a cauldron, and the tricksters imitate you. If you're a pala, you have no problems. If you're a shaman, they will destroy you in one hit. I mean, you have no way of interrupting it. I tried several times. So if I go and scout on my pala, I say, oh, this quest is easy. And then I try and do it in my chamois, I died. So so I suggest you scout with the same class that you have. That's my tips.
Yeah, good to know.
No, absolutely. Very good to know. Thank you for that. Eexecute, anything that you want to add?
Yeah, so for those of you who've been paying attention to the zone scaling, you would know that the starter zones like Don Moreau, Elwyn Forest, etc. are all increased to 60 now, as opposed to 20. And that warranted a route change for me, in particular, because I saved Don Moreau for later. Mainly because there's a white weapon reward that certain classes can take advantage of. I learned something while leveling my priest through there. I don't know why this is, but there's a certain quirk, as it were, about a spell you get at 42. It's called Mind Control. So we all know Lightning Bolt. We all hate Lightning Bolt because it hits hard. We don't like it. And this is where I would insert that Morpheus meme that says, what have I told you that you can use this? Now, if you Mind Control a mob, I don't know why this is, but for some reason, its damage gets seemingly doubled. So at about 42-ish, I was in Don Moreau doing the quest up on the hill where you're fighting the trolls and you're looting the baskets. You know the one?
Yes.
Right, so the trolls up there, the caster ones have Lightning Bolt. And they were hitting me with it for like 250-ish. If I mind controlled one and started shooting at other mobs, it was doing close to 500. It was super easy to do that quest with mind control. The same thing happened in the Yeti Cave. Their breath was seemingly doubled in damage as well. Mind control is there's always risks associated with using it, like it can break early, and then you've got 2 mobs on you. But I think for the ability to, you know, put out that disgusting level of damage, it's a really good thing to be able to take advantage of. Just some food for thought.
Oh, that's very nice.
Mind control.
I don't know why the damage is seemingly doubled, but it is.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Very interesting. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. We'll take it, leave it, people. It's all on that. Azzy, Roller Hunter Prophet. Thank you. Thanks, Azzy. All right. I've got one more to add that Five sent me, and I just wanted to add this in. Five said, if it's not XP, it's crap. Pretty much like that's what he sent me. So to add to it this is what he wrote. He said, I mentioned this in passing during a show last month. I don't recall the contents, but it is a major guideline for me. Anymore, I don't focus on rep especially, or money beyond needs for flight or toys, or even any breadcrumb quests unless I'm already heading there to consume some further content. On the contrary, my past Iron Champion was an ambassador reaching Exalted, etc. Then was in Mist. The game changed since then. At that time, it was enduringly worthwhile to get bumps of XP and rep from Argent Tournament until it wasn't worth it at about 87. Today, that ends similarly at 82, and after multiple expansions, XP squishes. So, yeah, so when he was talking to me, basically, if it's not, you know, if you're not getting XP from it, other than things like maybe you might get a bit of gold, for him, it's crap to do. So, again, food for thought. We all play our challenge tunes a little bit different, and it's good to hear what so many people do, and we can pick and choose what suits us or give something a go. You know, if it works for us, cool. If not, you can leave it. But again, thank you to everyone who contributes on these things, and we do appreciate it. All right, anything before we wrap this up, guys? I will start with my guests. Anything you want to add?
Not me.
Hold on.
I'm here too.
Okay. All right. Well, let us roll off with the thank yous. Nisey, I'll throw that to you.
Right.
Thank you.
So we greatly appreciate all of our Iron Elite. That is those who support us in, you know, all of the ways. And you can be an Iron Elite supporter too by either subbing through Twitch or donating through Patreon or PayPal. And there's, you know, all kinds of information on how to join the Iron Elite program on the WoW Challenges website. Now, for our current Iron Elite, thank you very much for helping us keep the lights on. We greatly appreciate it. You have no idea how much you help. So, in that, we would like to thank the following: Two Shanks, Aleandros, Asylum, Boz, Chupa, Crash Landing 99, Dave DeHunter, Daenerys, Dino, Eexecute, Elby, Faire, Fiesta Taco, 5, Frasley Sparkspan, Gazton, Grant Nagus, Chris W, Chris R, Layla, let's see, Lyson, Mr. Bright01, Mrs. Rock Guru, Mrs. Migi, Never Died, O Canada, Onyx Hammer, Rudd, Solent Greener, Ster, Stone, Swingcap, Thilani, Tiber, aka Tiber, Toasty, Sully Bardine, Turwinkle, Two Frog, Tyla the Infirmary Keeper, Alminia, Unamathil, Winema, Zaya, and Zorts.
Thank you, guys. And we have got a new one. Is Kivamp, if I've said that right. Thank you very much.
I think so.
Just
Yes, thank
subscribed
you.
as well with Twitch Prime. Thank you again, guys. It's greatly greatly appreciated. All support that is given goes purely to the website and, you know, gives us all these things. So thank you so much for that. As for myself, and I'm going to speak on behalf of Stone and Ster, even though Ster is here, he will agree with me. We want to say thank you to our wonderful mods, because without you guys, you make our lives easier. So thank you to Awesome Trousers, Boz, Fair, Chris, Nisey, Zaya, and Zorts. Thank you so much for all that you do. Big thank you to Alminia for the many things that he does as well. And we appreciate that. And I'm told soon is all I'm saying. So again, I know I say that, but yeah, it's not far away. Your website is coming. Thank you to it's very exciting. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Everyone listening on the podcast, thank you so much for indulging and hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. The next show will be, guess what? Next week. So that is Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And who, pray tell? Who?
Well, you know, there's so many things I could say. I'm gonna be known. Azzy's joining us next week, so he had Azzy. You better get me some good puns. I want good ones, not crappy ones. Good ones. Man, the pun will be awesome. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So otherwise, it'll be like, oops, Azzy dropped from the call. Oopsie, damn. So anyway, Azzy's coming to see us next week. Thank you to the three wonderful people that I have had today, Eexecute, Ster, and Winema. Thank you so much for giving some time. Winema, I know it's crazy early, so I don't want to keep you any longer, but if you guys can tell everyone where they can find you and get in contact with you, let's start with Eexecute. Where can we find you, please?
You can catch me on Discord, Eexecute #7777. You can also email me, execute@gmail.com, or you can catch me on Twitter @TheRealExecute, because some bastard stole my name.
Thank you. All right.
That wasn't me.
No.
Yeah. I can be found on Discord, usually I'm near the top of the list in the admin section. So just if you see me as an admin, I love it when you guys reach out to ask questions and stuff or help out with things. So just reach out. Or you can find me in game a lot of times on Wormrest Accord, and just do a search for Ster, Ster.
That's correct.
And if you die, we'll find you. You know, the guild coroner will find you. So
yes, nice. All right, Winema, where can we find you, sweetie?
Well, you can find me here in Discord as Winema #6879, and you can find me in Earthen Ring in game in Europe. So we are from the other side of the Atlantic, sorry, and you can find me there. All my tunes start with Ferri, Ferry, in the WoW Iron Man Guild.
Nice. And what crazy time of the morning is it for you right now?
2:43.
Yeah. Thank you so much, because yes, it is super early or late, whichever way you're looking at it. So thank you for being here. Okay, for us, don't forget, wowchallenges.com is the website, and you will find all of the information for Discord, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube channels. If you want to listen to the show, please jump over to either Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher Radio. That's where you can find it. And if you want to contact the show, contact me, please send through an email to podcast@wowchallenges.com. Nisey, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me the quickest way through the WoW Challenges Discord. I'm usually hanging out in there at all times of the day lately. You can also find me on Twitter @NiseyBGN. And I'm also on Twitch, same name, at NiseyBGN.
Excellent. All right, and don't forget, if you want to find me on Twitter at Leeta Wow, which is LEETAWOW. And also check out Adventures in Azeroth is next week, Stone. Pretty sure. So, yeah, we've got that. Other than that, Nisey, take it away for my last two thank yous, please.
We would like to extend very heartfelt thank yous to these two very important people to us. First being Marconin, who did our intro, that iconic, lovely intro that everyone just loves and knows. Yes, the podcast is starting. So thank you to Marconin. You can find him on Twitter at MarconinWow. And also the man that does our lovely, that was the intro, excuse me, and the outro is Epic Insanity. And you can find him at epic_insanity, as well as on the Frozen Nerds podcast. And we love those two gentlemen so much.
Yes, we do appreciate all that they've done. So, again, Epic redid the outro for me because, 2020, we had to change it. So, he...
Oh, yes, that's right.
Did that. That's exactly right. So thank you to both of them. Other than that, again, chat room, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you, Nisey, for joining me this week. Eexecute, Ster, Winema, thank you so much for being here, and we've enjoyed listening to your stories. Thank you for taking Working Man contest to a new level, I would say, Eexecute. I mean, you smashed it, so we appreciate that, but not only that, for the rivalry, the fun rivalry between Ster and Winema, we like to see that as well. So guys, thank you for being here. We greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I think everyone, please stay safe this week, both in and out of game. We will catch you next week. So say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Remember, patience, discipline.
You have
I'm
the eyes of one who has traveled much.
Nice. Okay. See you guys. Bye. Bye. Outro. Bye.
Bye.
The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast. Produced by Stone and Leeta, copyright 2020. Portions of this podcast belong entirely to Blizzard Entertainment. The music used for the show belongs to Kevin MacLeod, and you can find his great stuff at incomputech.com. No copyright infringement is intended.
Okay. I'll edit that later. That's fine. Okay, we're back. Show title. So we have.
Yes.
We've literally. I've only got two, which is Shots Fired. That's the first one, and Okay Boomer. That was the second one. All right. So what would you like?
Well, Eexecute should have the honors since he kind of won the contest. So
I vote Unfocused Focus.
Unfocused Focus.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Leeta, in your honor.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Time says get naked for patch 8.3.
I was gonna say it ought to be pretty and fluffy because that was from Ster. Don't voodoo me.
Yeah.
What's this about pretty and fluffy?
It ought to be pretty and fluffy.
Yes, it should.
I'm the cutest.
Nice. Nice. All right. So hang on. What am I having? Which one?
I'm happy with the unfocused focus.
Yeah, I like that.
How was that worded?
Unfocused.
Unfocused focus.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, that's it. Done. Thank you. Thank you, chat room. Say goodbye. We're gonna cut the stream. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Azzy, get your puns in order. Good ones.
Damn good pun.
Uh-oh.
Damn good.
No pressure. No pressure. All
But
good.
all of the pressure.
All good. All the pressure. Exactly.
I love that you tell him like they better be good puns and not crap puns when they're puns. It's completely subjective whether you find them funny or not.
I know. It's so funny. It's good.
Well,
All right.
It's a rough crowd.
That too. All right. Say goodbye. Stream is out
Bye.
in
Bye.
Bye.